I don't see any blue hair. I see red hair. I see red hair. I'm looking at you. Yes, with the hand and the finger. Yeah, you, with the mic. Hi.
So I have a question that I've wondered for like a really long time. If there were to be an episode where Baby came to life as a woman, what do you think would happen in that episode?
She probably 40 weeks later have a baby of her own. And here's a baby. What will it be, Jensen?
She's got a big trunk.
And Mark Shepard's been in it.
That's true, so I wouldn't touch her.
What would you do if Baby?
I think I would have her as like obviously a pretty young woman, but I think she would be more independent and kind of find Dean annoying in a sense. Like obviously she would love him.
Pretty and young and independent and annoying are not mutually exclusive.
Annoying? Oh, I'm sorry, do I take too much care of you? Do I pamper you too much?
Easy.
Am I too protective of her?
Yes.
Typical woman. Never enough!
Find somebody else with blue hair. That freaked me out. Okay, thank you for your question.
Oh, God.
I would like to ask a question. Okay.
So nobody over here?
Okay. So no questions over here. How about the young man in the Castiel outfit?
What's up, Cass? How are you? I think we have a mic coming your way.
This is a question about Misha. I'm gonna be really.
I was like,
If Castiel was a woman,
please.
Sorry, kind of a boring question, but of all the seasons and all the episodes, which season was your favorite to film? All of them. And if Castiel was a woman?
that's good comedy.
What do you mean if? What if God was one of us? My favorite, so many parts of so many of the seasons, all of them really, were outstanding. My honest answer is season 4. Obviously,
Shocker.
thank you. You too. I got one. But I love the role, the part of Sam that I got to play, and also obviously I met my wife, who's now. So season 4, I get one person. I say my wife. I get it. Same. But yeah, I'll go with season 4, and that was also for me. I don't know if we ever talked about this. For me, season 4 is kind of when I first felt secure in the job. Not the role. I already felt comfortable with Sam and being different parts of Sam. But season 4 was sort of like, okay, I think this thing might have legs. You know, we'd already, because especially on the heels of season 3, where there was the original writer's strike in 2007-8. I think season 4 it was kind of like, okay, I think you might stick around for a little bit. I think I can pay my bills and take this hot chick out on a date and have demon blood. But yeah, for me, thank you.
I think I gotta go with season 1. Largely because I remember it the most. Everything after
He's
is a
forgotten
blur.
everything else.
Season 2 through 15 was just one big season. I think specifically 1 because it was like the honeymoon phase. We were new. It was all new. It was fresh. We were trying to find our footing. We were building this kind of thing that we had no idea what the future held. We were really kind of like locked in and focused on making the best show we could. We didn't know what the future held. The you know, the network was on the bubble of completely going away, which it effectively did after season 1, and we were on a whole new kind of network. And so all the periphery stuff in season 1, and then the intensity, you know, the intensity of the work, and really kind of trying to lay the foundation of what would become 15 years, I think really kind of holds a special place for me. So, yeah.
And to your second question, if Castiel was a girl, they'd be much tougher. In a good way. My wife.
For my wife.
Miss Loza, okay. Any outfits? Anybody cosplaying?
I am.
Okay. As what? Let me see.
As Sam.
Oh, I can see now. Yes. Yes. All right.
I'm playing yesterday.
You're cosplaying yesterday?
Yeah.
That's a day, not a person. Well, I'm gonna go with Sam. I'm gonna go with my bud Sam. I hear you. I see you. What else, Sammy?
Hello.
Hi.
I'm really nervous right now. My apologies. I didn't think I was going to be chosen. Anyway, my question.
Well, your hand was up.
Well, I didn't know that you were all.
Okay, okay.
My question is, what is your favorite moment on set, like throughout all the 15 seasons? I know it's a basic question.
Great question. I mean, many answers, right? You want to start?
I mean, what's your favorite moment in 15 years is a tough one. 'Cause there was-
What's the meaning of life?
Right. I mean, look, there are many to choose from. If I sat down, I could probably list a whole bunch of them. So I'll just try to think of maybe one, and that was, it wasn't necessarily, and I think I might have said this before, but there was a moment, I think, when we realized that we were a part of something special, and it was the year that the Supernatural panel at San Diego Comic-Con moved to Hall H, which is the big giant hall, and I just remember walking out and taking that in and being like,
Oh, fucking awesome.
oh wow. And it skipped to the last time we did it. And I remember we walked out to in the same hall, same massive crowd, 7,000 people in this room. And I remember I grabbed you and I just kind of stood there and we just looked out and just kind of soaked it in. And that was really meaningful because when you're on set, you don't see that, you know. We have a camera and a crew and so we don't get that audience feedback. So we're just there doing the work on set, kind of keeping our heads down and doing it day after day after day. So when we were able to like step on that stage and see the response that people had for what we've been just kind of doing in the shadows, I think that really hit home, and I'll never forget that.
I agree totally. So many Hall H moments. The candle I still have on my office at home. I think he and I kind of talked about this or talked with each other about this, but a lot of the stuff I now think of as my favorite memories, I didn't know at the time. It was sort of like when life was happening and you were just present, not thinking about like, oh, this is going to be awesome, or oh, I'm going to enjoy this. But then a week later, you're like, that was badass. Like, that was cool. You know, Scooby Natural at Grauman's Chinese Theater. So many, but those I feel like he and I as actors, we're not method by any means, but we try and be present, like between action and cut. And so a lot of those, unfortunately, maybe fortunately, I don't recall. But yeah, a lot of the moments with like being here today, it's wild. Like we haven't filmed it in 6 years. Almost exact. I think 6 years ago, possibly today, we were shooting the barn scene. It was the last half of August that we were doing it. So a lot of that, like it feels wild. And to ask who's first time and people raise their hands and to say, my wife. Is is pretty special. But I think a lot of times when we were playing Sam and Dean, we were trying to be Sam and Dean as best as we could Sam and Dean. Sam and Dean, like the fish. My wife.
Is that a verb?
Thank you so much.
Also, to conclude really quick, Jared is my
No, you don't say it. Yeah, don't say it. You're my NetBack as well.
Jared is my favorite, and Jensen is my parents' favorite, so it's a win-win.
Amazing, win-win. All right. Well, you have better taste than your friend, and you will always be my net.
How about right here? Yes.
So this is my son Eli.
Hey, Eli.
He comes to cons with me because nobody else will. But we have a playlist.
Exchange numbers. There are people here.
I got a friend today. So we drove up from Maryland. So we have
My wife.
Antonia. So we have a playlist to keep us going in the car for Supernatural. And I've been trying to choose songs that represent each character. And I've really struggled with Sam. I don't know why. But I have like 100,000.
I like net better.
Sorry. Well, I have devil inside, but I don't love it. And I have like way too many. Too soon?
I'm loving this. No, carry on, please.
I have too many for Dean. So I was wondering if you guys have a song that like you really connect with at a level that your character would, or that you feel really represents the character. And Eli, write this down.
Hello. Hi, Eli. Hi, friend. I'm going to go with, not just because it's a buddy of ours, but I'm going to go with Kaleo's Run No More.
For Sam.
My wife.
I think I've said this a few times. That I think this is a song that should have been used a lot more. Could have very easily been as representative of the show as Carry On.
I'm too sexy.
Yes. It's Metallica's Wherever I May Roam. Because that's what the boys did. They were constantly on the road, and it was like wherever they laid their head was home. And so I feel like that. Plus, it's Metallica. So yeah. So I feel like that song is a good pick. And speaking of songs, we were just talking about this yesterday. Like who here has only watched the show from a streaming platform? So.
Oh no, I've watched that.
There is
I've never watched it.
all of the music has been taken out of the streaming.
Get the DVD
So if you've
sets.
you've never seen the original format, which I guess only exists on DVD now.
Yep.
I would encourage you. Yeah, maybe some VHS tapes. I would encourage you to do so because all of the music, like Metallica and Kansas and Styx and all of those songs are, they paid a lot of money for those songs originally, but back then we didn't have streaming. And so there were no contracts in place to continue the rights to that music. So when the streamers picked it up, they would have had to create an entirely new contract for all that music, and they just didn't. So they replaced all the needle drops, which is what we call it.
Season one.
Only
season one.
It was only season one. Is that true? I feel like there's a lot more songs. Maybe they did some, but
That's all you remember anyways is season one.
this is true. This is good. Yeah. So just go watch season one on DVD. A lot of good music in that season. I don't remember any others.
On your question, curious, not streaming, but who started watching this either during the pandemic or after? No shit. We were around for 15 years before.
Yeah, some of them were alive then.
What was more important?
Yeah, we were watching Grey's Anatomy at the time.
So was I. Season one. That's all I remember.
All right, we got time for one more. Go ahead.
I'm gonna go with my bud who cosplayed yesterday.
Yes.
What did you cosplay as yesterday?
I was Marina as the Queen of Hell.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, and well, I kind of have two questions, but I think I can't do one of them. I wanted to ask first if I could give both of you a hug because the Supernatural really helped me because I've been having a really tough time with work because all of my coworkers that are my friends are leaving, but Supernatural helps me keep going whenever I watch funny moments of it on YouTube or watch the animes. So or the show, and I just wanted to give you a hug as thank you. And also my other question is, in season 6, there's an episode where you have to play Sam and Dean in the real world. How was that?
First off, I feel your hug. I hope you feel ours. I'm glad you feel it no matter what. I'm glad you're here. And think of all that you've gone through and gotten past, and that here you are now. And you can do it again. And you will, no doubt. To season 6, I think you're talking about French Mistake?
Yep.
Yeah. That was one of the most terrifying episodes for me to film. And one of the ones I'm most happy with here 20 years later or something, 15 years later. Yeah, but it was awesome.
I mean, when the idea of that show kind of got pitched to us, which was the only time, maybe that and the finale were the only 2 episodes that they ever came to us prior to even writing it and said, hey, we have this idea we want to get you guys' opinion on. And it was largely because we were going to be playing ourselves. But the thing was, we never played ourselves. You go back and you watch that episode, I'm always playing Dean and he's always playing Sam. Now,
Even if they call you Jim.
yeah, they might be calling us different names and referring to us as different people, but, and that was the one thing I said, I was like, as long as I can still play Dean, you can call him whatever, you can put him in any universe you want, but I'm gonna stay this character throughout the whole thing, and that's what we did. So it didn't feel to me like any other, or like a different kind of experience.
Sam had been in stranger situations.
Yeah, absolutely. So for me, it felt like it was just another out of the box episode, but I still was playing Dean the way I know to plan.
And it was out of the box, but there was a key.
All right, thank you guys. Thank you. We'll see you later.